all got dreams, we all want things. But what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be?
Hi, it's Zach Mitchell here with Realty One Group.
And I'm Carolyn MacGillivray with Guild Mortgage. I'm a loan officer.
So Carolyn, what got you started in the mortgage industry?
So actually it's actually within family. So my dad was a loan officer. He started same age as me, fresh out of college, age 22. And so I kind of grew up with it around me.
Yep.
And I needed a job after college, and I was like, I'll just try it out for a little bit, and ended up really loving it, ended up really kind of clicking for me. And the funny thing too is that my grandma, so my dad's mom, was kind of the first salesperson in our family. She was a national sales trainer, and she used to always say that she loved cold calling, which back then cold calling was walking into into an office. And so I always think about that it's like in my blood of sales and just getting to know people and relationships. So
Absolutely. So did your family kind of work with you to position yourself in the mortgage market and mentor you a little bit?
Yeah. So my dad is still in the mortgage business. Okay. He actually works with my company too, but he no longer does loans. He's more like a mentorial position. But he has definitely been a mentor for me, like from day one. And the funny thing too is that I'll come to him with questions, and even after all this time, he hasn't done a loan in 15, 20 years. The fundamentals are still the same. Everything is still, like when it goes down to it, it is the same. So he's been a huge part, and it's helped so much with all those, like, when you're brand new, you don't know what's going on really. And having was really, really helpful.
Absolutely. Mentors are huge when you get started in business.
Yeah.
So what do you like most about the mortgage field?
I love the fact that you can actually be a part of something with somebody and help them. You're not just, it's not transactional. This is someone's family. This is someone that you have the ability to fight for too, because not everybody's going to. So you get to have some moments where you get to call someone, maybe it's their first home, or maybe they've gone through something and this is the first time being able to purchase, after something in their life. And those moments when you say you're clear to close, I've cried so many times with people, and it just feels good to actually do something, and improve people's lives.
Absolutely. So home ownership is a huge goal. When you come through the financing, that's some of the most obscure things that people don't understand. So I'm sure there's challenges there as well.
Yeah. And it's like the biggest purchase you'll ever make. And so that's a really cool moment for a family to work really hard for them and get them there.
Absolutely. So what are some of your greatest challenges when handling people and mortgages? I'm sure you have plenty.
Well, part of it too is you could be speaking to anybody any day, which we all go through. And you kind of learn how to talk to everybody and understand people's personalities. But really, for me personally, the biggest real challenge is definitely time management, because we are wearing so many hats, doing so many different things, have files at different points of the process, and just really being strict with your schedule of at this time I'm doing this, at this time I'm doing this. So time management for sure.
Absolutely. Do you have any memorable experiences with a particular client, or maybe just learning experience? Yeah.
So obviously, like I said a minute ago, those clear to close calls, those are so memorable. Especially the tricky files, or maybe they've been denied previously, not given that effort fully. But as far as a memorable moment, this was kind of just a funny, quirky moment that I had with somebody. So they were about to close, and they had a 1-month-old, and they were asking for me to put the daughter onto the loan or onto the title. I was like, well, we can't do that. She's 1 month old. And so he literally, and he was laughing when he said this, he was like, well, can you write a clause in there that says my daughter will get ownership when she's 18 only if she makes all A's all through high school? I was like, oh no, I can't do that. But that's funny. That was a weird request I got.
Absolutely. So is there any pet peeves that you have when people come in and want to put in an application, or just dealing with people throughout the mortgage process?
Pet peeves. I would say honestly, it's more of a pet peeve of mine is when not everybody's respecting everyone involved in the transaction.
Yeah.
Whether one person is just cut out or they're just kind of like don't care to update you. I think that's a big pet peeve. As far as clients go though, I mean, I don't really have a pet peeve necessarily. Each person's going to be different.
Yeah.
I mean, biggest thing is like, submit the application, give me docs please.
Yeah.
That's one thing, is I can't do anything else with that, but yeah, nothing like really particularly client wise.
Yeah, and we've all been down that road dealing with the real estate where you have someone that think they don't have to provide any documents and they're asking for a huge loan. And it's always interesting.
And they're like, why can't you give this to me? I'm like, I really can't. I don't write the guidelines.
Absolutely.
Wish I did.
So is there any products out right now in this changing marketplace that, might help a first-time home buyer or even a repeat purchaser to kind of conform to the new interest rate environment?
Yeah. So I know a lot of companies right now are becoming more strict. They're getting rid of a lot of programs. The good thing about my company is that we're pretty big, been around since 1960, and we have the ability to create new programs and roll things out during this, which is great. So a big one we have right now is we're partnering with Home Depot, and it's called 3-2-1. You get to put 3% down. It's a conventional loan. You can go down to like a 620 credit score. You get $2,000 gift card from Home Depot at closing, and then you also can get between $1,000 and $1,200 in lender credit too to help you with it. So those buyers that are like first time buying a home and just like struggling with the initial cost, the closing costs, I think that is really helpful.
Absolutely.
And then we also just rolled out a program called the Payment Protection Program, and it's just a fancy name for like, we will cover your refinance later for free. We'll cover all of the lender costs. So with higher rates, you have the opportunity to, okay, yes, I love this home. I love the market being more favorable to buyers than it has been the past 2 years. And having the option to later refinance, especially if you consider like a buy down option for now, like a temporary buy down, a permanent buy down, with the intention later just to refinance whenever rates do go back down. You still have the home, you're still making payments toward your equity, not someone else.
Absolutely. So that really drives home the date the
Date the rate, yeah, marry the house. Yep.
Well, excellent. So Carolyn, what is the best way for your customers to contact you?
By phone. I like to text, call, email works too, but texting and calling my cell phone is the absolute best way.
All right. Excellent. Well, thank you for joining us, and make sure you tune in and check out her business page on parkbench.com, and look forward to talking to you guys soon.